Dwayne, the never-ending talk about process. When, Utah, everyone knows what happened that night. This game, a 25-point game, gets down to 12 in a flash. Was there any trepidation in that huddle as far as here we go again, or no?
No, not to me. I didn't hear any of it. It's the NBA. Teams are going to make a run, especially good teams. You can't expect, a team, especially when the team get down. They play a little different, play a little freely, and they went to the zone, kind of stalled us for a little while. But I still thought we got good shots. It just didn't fall, and they made some. But we kept it going. We kept talking in huddles, and that 12-point lead went to 24 fast. So. I think we understand that we let a game in Utah slip away from us, and our focus wasn't there. But we was focused in tonight, and no matter what the score would have got to, I think we would have been fine.
LeBron, the 4s and 5s seemed to blend very well together tonight. Seemed to be very active. Was that, I guess, the depth and versatility of your 4s and 5s, or was that a smaller opponent playing a small lineup you took advantage of?
I think it was a combination of both. I think CB came out very aggressive to start, and when CB come out as aggressive as he is, that definitely helps us out a lot. I think the 17, which is Jay Howard, gave us great minutes in the minutes that he was in, and of course, UD is always gonna give it his all. Joel and Z, those guys just played a great game. From their standpoint, it's the minutes they played them hard, and it was great to see that.
LeBron, you had success early in the game with Chris on the pick and roll, and really the last few games you've been finding that. You had a little bit with Udonis a couple games ago. Are you getting comfortable in sets, especially with Chris, more and more as the season goes on here?
Yeah, I think we, as a unit, but for me and Chris, me and Udonis, we're getting comfortable with one another. I guess that's a great statement. It's a true statement because, the turnovers was very high early on, but as you see, the turnovers that went down and the communication is there. Practice time helps that. Game time helps that. And, I know where they like the ball, and I'm just trying to give it to them for them to be aggressive and give them, enough time to make a shot or make a play.
You certainly have, with Z, for years you've had that pick and pop big man, but have you ever had a versatile big man like that you're playing with on a nightly basis to run the pick and roll with?
Well, I haven't had this type of, combination of bigs like this. Z is a pick and pop, CB is a pick and pop, but also can put the ball on the ground, and UD is the same. So we have three guys. Dwyane also can pick and pop. So we got guys that can splash the floor, but at the same time be aggressive too. Haven't had that in my career, and it's good to have that.
I suppose that you guys had already brought up the topic of not letting down in the second half before you even came in the locker room. Who brought that up and what was said?
I think it was more so of a team thing. Everybody coming to the locker room said, this is where we grow. As a team, we understand that we've been there before where we was up 20 in the first half, and we let a game slip away. And, I think, we said at that time, that game was going to help us. So, tonight it made us come out, even more focused. And like I said, it stalled us a little when they went to the zone, but we got good shots. The ball just didn't go in. But we stuck at it, and we didn't ever give up, and, we went to a convincing win.
LeBron, you're a guy who's obviously been under a lot of criticism throughout your career, and Chris is probably new to something like this. Have you guys talked about that at all? Have you said anything to kind of help him deal with that? And it looked like he kind of came out and responded to that tonight.
Well, I think he was due. He was well overdue for one of these games. I could see it in his eye to start the game. I think he was a little disappointed in himself with the performance that he played against Toronto, but we wasn't. But I think he put a lot of pressure on himself. So tonight, you seen the way he started the game. We was able to give him 2 easy layups to start the game. I think he scored our first 10 out of 12 points to start the game, and he just kept on going. And when you have that, when you have a high hand like that, you just keep on feeding him. So it was great to see him finally crack the 30-point barrier that me and D. Wade had already accomplished this season. So welcome to the 30-for-30 game, CB.
LeBron, following up on that, can you just talk about what this game for Chris might mean in terms of his confidence and comfort level?
For me, not only I think that the best thing for me when I'm looking at these stats is 11 free throws. That means he's very aggressive. Very aggressive trying to get the ball to the rim and then just settle for jump shots all night, which is very, very, very good at shooting. And he just mixed it up. He shot jumpers when they was there. Guys ran at him, thinking he was going to shoot a jumper, gave him a pump fake, got to the lane, got a couple and ones. And like I said, when he's aggressive like that, me and D-Wade can sit back and do what we need to do to pick up the rest of the bench.
LeBron, you flirted with a triple-double again tonight. Sometimes when guys dominate that much or get that number of stats, it's not good for the team. This seems to be good for you guys. Can you talk about your numbers like that and how they contribute to winning basketball?
Well, for me, I've always kind of just wanted to try to do a little bit of everything out on the court. This team, I know I don't have to score as much as I did in the past. So I'm able to focus a little bit more on my passing, focus a little bit more on my defensive rebounding. Today I was able to get 3 offensive rebounds, which I don't usually get much of. But, I could do a little bit of everything to help this team win. And, D-Wade is, for the most part, going to always be our leading scorer. He's going to be the guy that's going to get the most shots, attack the rim, and put a lot of pressure. And CB is, when he's aggressive, that's good. But for me, I just try to do a little bit of everything to make sure that the team is flowing well. I play a lot of point guard on this team. I said it. I finally said I play a lot of point guard guys on this team. So I try to do a little bit of everything. Yeah, there you guys go. You guys wanted to hear that? LeBron said.